I'm Luke.
I'm Cortez.
And I'm Teddy, but I go by Teddy.
And we're going to be talking to Teddy about her experiences immigrating to America.
Okay, hi, my name is Teddy Ayala. I go by Teddy because I have a long, difficult name. So people call me Teddy. I am from Ethiopia. I've been here about 15 years. I went to a college of St. Catherine. I am a registered nurse. I work at Health East as a Health East float pool RN, and I also am a part-time nursing lab instructor for College of St. Catherine. So I'm doing this interview for Luke and Cortez for their history project. So I hope whatever I talk will be helpful and informational enough for students to learn something about Ethiopia culture and tradition. Thank you.
Can you talk about your parents and how they raised you and like what values did they believe in?
Okay. My parents, as I say, my dad has a formal education. He was educator first and then he was an accountant. Education was a big value to us, so everything he said and did was for us to believe in education. Education was the way out. Education was important for us. And the other values are Christian values: respect the elderly, respect each other, love each other. So that was the biggest value. And the other big value he taught us was so we don't be materialized. I don't know how to say that word, but so we don't. It's not everything you see is not that important for us. So that was a big value that we learned from our father. My mom was a stay-home mom. She did not have a formal education, but she was a very smart woman. So she taught us every basic needs that a woman needs to know in our house.
Why did you feel the need to come to here or come to America?
Well, whenever there is a chance to come abroad is a big deal for us for Africans, because the chance of getting more and better education is important. So when I get this chance to get a free visa to come to United States, my dad was happy and everybody wants me to come and get a better education. Back home, either you have to be super smart or you have to be super rich to get a university education. So I was smart enough. I didn't, but we weren't rich to go to a private school or so that's why I came here and get the chance to go to school.
How did you get to America?
There's something called diversity visa. The American country gives to the third world country, the Africa, India, Asia. They give visa once a year to a certain amount of people. It's just like a lottery. You have to put your name in and you win that lottery and you come here. That's how I get here. That's how I got here, I should say.
What was the first thing you saw when you came to America?
Well, believe it or not, the first thing was when I landed and walked into the aisle to get to the luggage place. I saw two people, man and woman, kissing, and that was shocking for me. It was a cultural shock. People don't just, kiss and that kind of stuff in public back home where I'm from in Ethiopia, and that was like, wow, people are crazy. They just, So that was a big thing. And then after that, a week later, I saw a woman smoking, and that was another big shock for me. Where I come from and where I grew up, women don't smoke. So I was like, where did I come to? It was very interesting, and it was a big cultural shock. Those two things was, the first few weeks were very new to me.
What was one memory that you had from the trip over to the U.S.?
How long it was? It was my first plane ride, and it was over 20 hours. So that I will. That's the first flight, and that long it was my first memory.